Hi, I'm Tash. Welcome to Tash's Library. Today's video is going to be looking at 10 standalones that I really want to prioritize for 2023. Now, these are all sort of backlists. They are not going to be 2023 releases because I've already done a video looking at some of the top new releases that I'm looking forward to. The first one is The Ballad of Perilous Graves by Alex Jennings, which you can see over here. And this was published in 2022. And it's a debut novel set in like a fantastical version of New Orleans. And the synopsis says, Nola is a city full of wonders, a place of sky trolleys and dead cabs, where saints dance the night away and wise women keep the order, and where songs walk, talk, and keep the spirit of the city alive. To those from far away, Nola might seem strange. To failed magician Perilous Graves, it's simply home. Then the rhythm stutters. 9 songs of power have escaped from the magical piano that maintains the city's beat, and without them, Nola will fail. Unexpectedly, Perry and his sister Brendy are tasked with saving the city. But a storm is brewing, and the saint of all saints is awake. Even if they capture the songs, Nola's time might be coming to an end. That sounds really cool. I love that sort of musical element to this, and it just sounds unique and different. And I can't believe I haven't read it. I've had it for a little while, and I had hoped to read it in 2022. And so this is a definite priority for 2023. Another one published in 2022 that I'm dying to get to is The Kaiju Preservation Society by John Scalzi. And I have this on ebook and it sounds so cool. When COVID-19 sweeps through New York City, Jamie Gray is stuck as a dead-end driver for food delivery apps. That is, until Jamie makes a delivery to an old acquaintance, Tom, who works at what he calls an animal rights organization. Tom's team needs a last-minute grunt to handle things on the next field visit. Jamie, eager to do anything, immediately signs on. What Tom doesn't tell Jamie is that the animals his team cares for are not here on Earth. Not our Earth, at least. In an alternate dimension, massive dinosaur-like creatures named Kaiju roam a warm and human-free world. They're the universe's largest and most dangerous panda, and they're in trouble. It's not just the Kaiju Preservation Society that's found its way to the alternate world. Others have too, and their carelessness could cause millions back on our Earth to die. That sounds to me like Jurassic Park with humor. I'm looking forward to this one. A horror book that was published in 2022, which I didn't get to, was Leech by Hiron Enns. This sounds really gothic and creepy. In an isolated chateau as far north as north goes, the Baron's doctor has died. The doctor's replacement has a mystery to solve, discovering how the Institute lost track of one of its many bodies. For hundreds of years, the Interprovincial Medical Institute has grown by taking root in young minds and shaping them into doctors, replacing every human practitioner of medicine. The Institute is here to help humanity, to cure and to cut, to cradle and protect the species from the apocalyptic horrors their ancestors unleashed. In the frozen north, the Institute's body will discover a competitor for its rung at the top of the evolutionary ladder. A parasite is spreading through the Baron's castle, already a dark pit of secrets, lies, violence, and fear. The two will make war on the battlefield of the body. Whichever wins, humanity will lose again. I kind of really like parasites, kind of biology-based horrors. We'll see. This sounds good. It sounds different from what I've read lately, and I'm looking forward to that one. Another one I've heard great things about is The Library at Mount Char by Scott Hawkins. This is a fantasy published in 2022. And the synopsis says, Colin's not so different from other people around her. She likes guacamole and cigarettes and steak. She knows how to use a phone. Clothes are a bit tricky, but everyone says nice things about her outfit with the Christmas sweater over the gold bicycle shorts. After all, she was a normal American herself once. That was a long time ago, of course, before her parents died, before she and the others were taken in by the man they called father. In the years since then, Carolyn hasn't had a chance to get out much. Instead, she and her adopted siblings have been raised according to father's ancient customs. They've studied the books in his library and learned some of the secrets of his power. And sometimes they've wondered if their cruel tutor might secretly be God. Now father is missing, perhaps even dead, and the library that holds his secrets stands unguarded, and with it, control over all of creation. The word library immediately got me. I like any books based in libraries. I also like books that deal with godlike creatures. So that's a draw for me. Sounds awesome. I've heard great things about it. Top priority. A science fiction published in 2022, which I didn't get around to, was Eversion by Alistair Reynolds. This was part of my birthday haul. Didn't get around to it. And it sounds really, really good. Dr. Silas Code has been tasked with keeping his crew safe as they adventure across the galaxy in search of a mysterious artifact. But as things keep going wrong, Silas soon realizes that something more sinister is at work. And this may not even be the first time it's happened. In the 1800s, a sailing ship crashes off the coast of Norway. In the 1900s, a zeppelin explores an icy canyon in Antarctica. In the far north, a spaceship sets out for an alien artifact. Each excursion goes horribly wrong. And on every journey, Dr. Silas Code is the physician, but only Silas seems to realize that these events keep repeating themselves. And it's up to him to figure out why and how to stop it all from happening again. Sounds all good. Zeppelins and sailing ships and spaceships. And it's almost like Groundhog Day, but once a century, sort of. It's, I'm looking forward to this one a lot. Another one published in 2022, this time in November, as The Witch and the Tsar by Alessia Solnikova-Gilmore. I bought this immediately because this was one of my top anticipated releases for 2022. And you know what? It didn't make it onto my December TBR, which is disappointing, right? So it's going to be prioritized in 2023. It sounds really good. As a half goddess possessing magic, Baba Yaga is used to living on her own, her prior entanglements with mortals having led to heartbreak. She mostly keeps her hut in the woods, where those in need of healing seek her out, even as they spread rumors about her supposed cruelty and wicked spells. But when her old friend Anastasia, now the wife of the Tsar and suffering from a mysterious illness, arrives in her forest desperate for her protection, Yaga realizes the fate of all of Russia is tied to Anastasia's. Yaga must step out of the shadows to protect the land she loves. I really enjoy Baba Yaga retellings. I love witch-based fantasies. If this is anything like The Bear and the Nightingale, I'm all for it. Another fantasy / retelling that was published in 2022 is Kai by Vaishnavi Patel. And this one is a retelling of the Ramayana, I believe. So it's reimagining the life of the infamous queen in this particular ancient epic. She's the only daughter of the kingdom of Kekaya. She is raised on tales about the might and benevolence of the gods, how they churn the vast ocean to obtain the nectar of immortality, how they vanquish evil and ensure the land of Bharat prospers, and how they offer powerful boons to the devout and the wise. Yet she watches as her father unceremoniously banishes her mother, listens as her own worth is reduced to how great a marriage alliance she can secure, and when she calls upon the gods for help, they never seem to hear. Desperate for some measure of independence, she turns to the texts that she once read of her mother and discovers the magic that is hers alone. With this power, Kai transforms herself from an overlooked princess into a warrior, diplomat, and almost favored queen, determined to carve a better world for herself and the women around her. So this is like a retelling of feminist power, and I don't know anything about the Ramayana, and I'm really looking forward to seeing this particular take. Not published in 2022, but in 2019 is Gods of Jade and Shadow by Silvia Moreno Garcia. I've been wanting to read this for a while. I haven't actually read any Silvia Moreno Garcia, and I've heard such great things about her books. And I think I might like this one because it's Mayan inspired, and I love myself a bit of mythology. This one is described as the Jazz Age is in full swing, but Cassiopeia Tun is too busy cleaning the floors of her wealthy grandfather's house to listen to any fast tunes. Nevertheless, she dreams of a life far away from her dusty small town in southern Mexico, a life she can call her own. Yet this new life seems as distant as the stars until the day she finds a curious wooden box in her grandfather's room. She opens it and accidentally frees the spirit of the Mayan god of death. Probably not a great move, and who requests her help in recovering his throne from his treacherous brother. Failure will mean Cassiopeia's demise, but success could make her dreams come true. This is really a fairy tale inspired by Mexican folklore. It seems like this kind of like coming of age, life-changing journey. It sounds a bit Cinderella-like to me. I don't know, I'm thinking I'll really like this one. Another author I really want to get to is Naomi Novik. I have a number of her books now, and I haven't read any of them. And so I think I'm going to start with Spinning Silver, and this is published in 2018. Miriam is the daughter and granddaughter of moneylenders, but her father's inability to collect his debts has left his family on the edge of poverty until Miriam takes matters into her own hands. Hardening her heart, the young woman sets out to claim what is owed and soon gains a reputation from being able to turn silver into gold. When an ill-advised boast draws the attention of the king of the Staryak, grim fey creatures who seem more ice than flesh, Miriam's fate and that of the two kingdoms will be forever altered. So this is once again is another retelling. It seems to be a retelling of Rumpelstiltskin, and I'm really all up for this fairy tale stuff. And I think this one I've heard really good things about. It could be a good start because then the other ones I have of hers are a series, and so I think this is one I'm going to prioritize. And then I have a quirky horror called Horror Store by Grady Hendrix. Now I have to admit that this appeals to me because it kind of looks like an IKEA catalogue, and anyone who knows me knows that I'm a little bit obsessed with IKEA. Yes, I really, really am. Anyway, this was published in 2014, and something strange is happening at the Orsk Furniture Superstore in Cleveland, not IKEA. And every morning, employees arrive to find broken jarring bookshelves, shattered glass water goblets, and smashed lirip wardrobes. Sales are down, security cameras reveal nothing, and store managers are panicking. To unravel the mystery, 3 employees volunteer to work a 9-hour dusk till dawn shift. In the dead of the night, they'll patrol the empty showroom floor, investigate strange sights and sounds, and encounter horrors that defy the imagination. That's something I would not volunteer for. Although you do get to hang out in an IKEA-esque store, right? So to me, this sounds awesome. To me, it's a traditional haunted house story, but in an IKEA-style store. And the book is great. It's got all these images of different furniture, so it is set out like a catalogue, and I'm all for this one. That's it. The 10 standalone novels that I am going to prioritize in 2023. I think there's a good chance I'll get to all of these. There's a great mix of fantasy, sci-fi, and horror. and they all sound quite different from each other, although there are a few retellings in there. Is there a theme? I think there might be. Thank you for watching my videos. If you enjoy them, please subscribe. It makes me super, super happy. And until I see you next time, take care.